So as we sit here, awaiting trades, signings, and more, I wanted to go back to the Vancouver Canucks and the Tyler Myers trade, which saw him get sent over to the Dallas Stars, going back to the state that he was born in, Texas, USA. And I wanted to use this Tyler Myers conversation to illuminate something that I think many Canucks fans understood, but just never really talked about. Tyler Myers loved being a Canuck. It was obvious. He didn't want to get traded from Vancouver. It took him a week to waive his trade protection. This was a guy that was committed to this city. He and his family loved it here. And they spend their off seasons in Kelowna. That's dedication to BC, isn't it? So when Tyler Myers had this interview with Ian McIntyre on the trade last week, this is where we really start to see the true character of Myers. I understand. Canucks fans hated on this guy because he was a pylon and he had bad turnovers and he would always flop on the ice. It wasn't really a good time for Tyler Myers, especially early on in his Vancouver Canucks tenure. But as time went on, and as he started making less money, Tyler Myers really proved himself as a genuinely valuable defenseman on this team. And so to see this interview and to see this quote, Tyler Myers really puts himself in a good spot amongst Canucks fans' hearts. It was a little weird, but I enjoyed my time with the guys. I was lucky enough to be around everyone today when the trade happened, so I got a chance to say goodbye. A lot of players don't get that opportunity. Things that make you go, If you're a Vancouver Canucks fan who has been following this dogfire team the past few months, and you read a quote like this, "I was happy to get a chance to say goodbye. A lot of players don't get that opportunity." Who does that sound like a very subconscious dig at? I'm not saying Tyler Myers is going out there and specifically calling anybody out, but you could understand why Canucks fans may be thinking a way or two. Top Reply goes out there and says, meanwhile, Quinn Hughes couldn't leave the team fast enough. Tyler Myers is a good man. I actually see him turning into a Canucks broadcaster when he is retired. He is very insightful. Let's take a look at this tweet from Hales on Twitter. Seeing this quote from Tyler Myers and remembering when a certain player knew they were getting traded and completely screwed off from the entire team post-flight before the news dropped. Even crazier to know that person was the literal captain. And I know it's been beaten into a pulp by myself and other YouTubers, other people on social media talking about the Canucks and whatever, but the way Quinn Hughes left the Vancouver Canucks team was always going to be something that went down in infamy. Not the way he got traded, but the way he left the team literally upon getting traded. Literally displacing himself from the team because, he's going to go with his brothers. And then whilst the team is on the bus, without Quinn there with them, they get the notification on their phones, as we all did late on that night. Quinn Hughes, traded, Minnesota, he's gone. And then guess what? Quinn Hughes gets on a private plane from Minnesota's own management and their owner and whatever, and then he flies all the way there. Yes, he has a dinner with a few guys, but still. It's the lack of goodbyes that really make it a cherry-on-top story for Vancouver Canucks fans. Tyler Myers would never. Tyler Myers was hanging out with the team the entire time. Tyler Myers said that Canucks players were making jokes at him, saying, you're still here? It's a pretty different contrast when you just look at how Tyler Myers was always with this team, and he chose to spend his last days with the Canucks, and he was continuously traveling with them despite the fact that he wasn't playing, and there's just such a different aftertaste here. And I wonder if anybody else is starting to feel like Tyler Myers' departure from Vancouver exposes the worst parts about Quinn Hughes and his departure from Vancouver. I know a lot of Canucks fans have their feelings about Quinn Hughes, especially after the Olympics and what happened after the Olympics too. It's weird. It's so mind-boggling to me thinking about the difference in Canucks fan sentiment when it comes to Quinn Hughes now compared to, let's just say, at the beginning of the season, October, November, December, January, February, March. It's been 6 months. Oh, how 6 months can change a lot. For the fans, for the city, for the player. I think now a lot of Canucks fans are starting to fully internalize the idea that Quinn Hughes was never a Vancouver Canuck at heart. The guy just wore the jersey. He just happened to have the captaincy. He may have been a good leader, may not have been. I don't know. I'm not in the room. But between all the interviews where he expressed zero possibility of even wanting to stay committed to Vancouver, to immediately saying in the Minnesota beat afterwards that, yeah, I'd be okay with extending here. It's pretty cool. The contrast was so sudden. And now I think this Tyler Myers trade situation fully illuminates where that disconnect lies. Let's go out there and give Ian McIntyre some props and just read what his article went out there and said. The guys were like, "You're still here?" Myers said Wednesday, chuckling over the phone in a call with Sportsnet. It wasn't hard to do, but it was a little weird. It's a situation you don't see too often around the league, but I enjoyed my time with the guys. I was lucky enough to be around everyone when the trade happened, so I got a chance to say goodbye. A lot of players don't get that opportunity. Yeah, it was emotional. The guy had 7 years in the NHL's Vancouver Canucks, where a couple of impressive playoff highs by Vancouver were followed by precipitous drops. Myers walked out of the dressing room for the last time after the Dallas Stars acquired him for 2nd and 4th round picks. For sure, his family situation was a factor. We discussed that quite a bit, but we'll figure it out. And Tristan actually adapts the change very well. He is excited about getting a new jersey. Tristan, of course, is one of his kids that has established medical support in BC. He does have special needs, so Tyler did need to keep that in mind when thinking about which teams to be accepting a trade to. When all this started a couple of weeks ago, I really didn't know what to think about anything. We just wanted to take some time and let everything play out, and then go over our options. When we found out that Dallas was a possibility and started to think about that, I just realized it checked a lot of boxes for us. I still have family down there, and an opportunity to join a team that has a chance to compete for the Cup. It was special not only for me, but for my family to play in Vancouver, and we're just incredibly grateful and fortunate to say that we had the chance. We call BC our home, and it was incredible for the family, and I'm thinking about my kids too, to have the run that we had. Vancouver will always hold a special place in our hearts. Take a look at this, man! The guy has a full-on emotional interview with Sportsnet after getting traded. Meanwhile, Quinn Hughes' Instagram post saying that he was grateful for the Aquilinis and whatever, it sounded like a ChatGPT thing. The contrast is stark, and I think it really exposes some of the worst parts about Quinn Hughes' departure from Vancouver. The fact that Tyler Myers is so genuinely in love with this city, it sets a very strong example that Quinn Hughes was nowhere near close to following. And, yeah, that probably gets Canucks fans feeling a certain way even more. Am I just bitter? Or is this actually a conversation worth having? Does Tyler Myers' departure actually illuminate anything about Quinn Hughes and his departure? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this Tyler Myers trade fallout. I don't know if fallout's the right word, but the residue of what happened a few days ago, and whether or not that does have any implications on Quinn Hughes. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. 9. And bye.